Leadership isn't just about a title or a corner office. It's about how people feel when they're around you, how they act when you're not looking, and how much trust they place in your guidance. The most remarkable leaders aren't just skilled or intelligent. They leave a mark on the people they lead. Take a moment and think about the people who've inspired you. Chances are, they had certain traits that made you want to follow them, not because they told you to, but because you wanted to. Leadership is subtle. It's in the way someone notices small details, how they respond when things go wrong, and how consistently they show up, day after day, for their team. It starts with energy. Not the loud kind that demands attention, but the kind that lifts everyone else. There's a story I remember from a summer job I had at a small community center. One of the counselors had this incredible ability to make everyone feel like the day would be exciting, no matter what the schedule said. She laughed when things went wrong, cheered when someone succeeded, and somehow made the mundane feel important. That energy was contagious. The kids performed better, the volunteers stayed longer, and even when the schedule fell apart, the spirit of the team never did. Great leaders radiate positivity, not because everything is perfect, but because their attitude tells everyone that setbacks are temporary and effort matters. And this isn't just anecdotal. Studies have consistently shown that teams led by optimistic, energetic leaders report higher engagement, better collaboration, and even improved problem-solving abilities. Then comes the ability to act before problems snowball. Proactive leadership is about seeing the ripple before it becomes a wave. I once worked on a theater production where a lead actor fell ill during rehearsals. Many would have panicked or pointed fingers, but our director immediately shifted focus to solutions. Lines were reassigned, blocking was adjusted, and the cast was rallied without anyone being blamed. That quick pivot didn't just save the play, it showed everyone that the leader's job is to steer the ship, not to punish those who stumble. Being proactive means prioritizing action over analysis when it counts most. And it's not just about emergencies. Proactive leaders anticipate challenges, prepare their team, and build processes that prevent mistakes from becoming crises. No leader can do everything alone. That's why delegation is so crucial. Delegation isn't about offloading work, it's about trust. Early in my career, I struggled with this. I was convinced I could do certain tasks better than anyone else. But a mentor once told me, if you want to grow, you must let go of what you can handle yourself and focus on what only you can do. It clicked when I realized that by trusting others, I wasn't losing control, I was multiplying impact. A leader who delegates wisely doesn't just complete more tasks, they develop a team that's capable, confident, and invested. The beauty of delegation is that it teaches others to step up. When someone is given responsibility and succeeds, they gain confidence. And when they fail, it becomes a learning opportunity without the weight of blame crushing them. That balance, challenge and support, is the hallmark of empowering leadership. Approachability might sound simple, but it's rare. People need to feel that their voices matter. One of the most famous examples I've read about is Sam Walton, who founded Walmart. Even as his empire grew, he made himself available to employees at every level. They could talk to him, share ideas, or voice concerns. That accessibility built loyalty that no policy or bonus ever could. And the impact goes beyond morale. When employees feel safe to communicate, problems are solved faster, innovations are shared, and small frustrations don't escalate into bigger crises. A leader who is approachable cultivates trust and encourages a flow of ideas, creating an environment where innovation and honesty thrive. Leading by example is a non-negotiable. Respect isn't given because of a title, it's earned by actions. When I worked at a small fast food restaurant, I noticed two managers. One spent most of the day in the office, telling others what to do but never doing it herself. The other stepped in during the busiest hours, flipped burgers, cleaned counters, and stayed late to help. Guess which manager everyone admired? The one who led by example. People follow leaders who walk the walk, not just talk the talk. And this extends beyond workplaces. In families, sports teams, or volunteer organizations, the same principle applies. Your behavior sets the standard. The way you handle stress, celebrate wins, or admit mistakes becomes a template for everyone around you. Accountability is often overlooked, yet it's a defining trait. A leader's responsibility doesn't end with decisions, it extends to mistakes. If something goes wrong under their watch, they own it. I remember hearing a story of a small restaurant where an order went missing. Instead of deflecting blame, the owner personally delivered the missing items and apologized. That single act left a lasting impression on the staff. Leaders who are accountable create a culture where responsibility is valued, and mistakes are learning opportunities rather than crises. Accountability also builds trust. Teams know that their leader won't abandon them or pass the buck. They learn that when the stakes are high, the leader is shoulder to shoulder with them, not above them. Finally, decisiveness can be the difference between success and chaos. Leaders are not fortune tellers. They can't predict the future. But when a choice must be made, hesitation can be more damaging than a wrong decision. During a military exercise I studied in a history book, a commander had to choose between two risky maneuvers. He didn't have perfect information, but he made a decision, communicated it clearly, and moved forward. The team stayed unified and executed the plan, learning and adapting as they went. Indecision fractures trust. Decisiveness, even with imperfect information, unites it. And decisiveness is more than making choices quickly. It's about weighing risks, communicating clearly, and standing by the team while adjustments are made along the way. But there's another layer that's often missed: empathy. Great leaders understand the human element behind every task. They know that people perform best when they feel valued, seen, and understood. I remember working on a project with a manager who took 5 minutes each morning just to check in with each member of the team. It wasn't about micromanagement. It was about connection. Those small conversations built rapport, uncovered hidden challenges, and inspired people to do more than they thought they could. Leadership without empathy can produce results in the short term, but it rarely builds loyalty or long-lasting success. Leadership isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about showing up even when you're tired, making hard choices even when you're unsure, and lifting others even when the path is difficult. It's about realizing that every action, word, and decision has a ripple effect, shaping not just results, but people. Positive energy, proactivity, delegation, approachability, leading by example, accountability, decisiveness, and empathy. These traits together create leaders who inspire, endure, and transform. Think of the leaders who've influenced you, whether in business, school, sports, or community. Chances are, they exhibited these traits, consciously or not. And the beauty of it is that leadership is learnable. You can start small, encourage a teammate, take responsibility, make a clear choice, delegate a task, or check in on someone who feels overlooked. Over time, these actions compound, and you become someone others naturally want to follow, not because of authority, but because of character. Leadership is not a destination. It's a journey. Every day is an opportunity to step a little closer to being the kind of leader people remember. So today, look at yourself, your team, your family, or your friends. Ask, how can I radiate more positivity? How can I act rather than react? Who can I trust more and empower to succeed? The answers will guide you not just to lead, but to lead well. And that, in the end, is the legacy of all great leaders.